And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
It's another wonderful Monday morning from the nation's capital here in Monrovia. Today is December 16, AD 2024. Yeah, a few more days to Christmas celebration. Yeah, happy Christmas to all of you following us via our Cloud TV channel, our YouTube page. And for those of you following us via radio, the FM band on 88.5. It's good to have you following this morning. What a wonderful way to welcome you to another edition of the program, The King's Local Daily. This is where we gather to give you some insights as it relates to some of the major news stories from the local dailies on the newsstands. My name is Ota Sanka. I'm going to be flipping with you this morning on the program, The King's Local Daily. So be right there. Let's get some of the major stories from the various newspapers on the newsstands on this wonderful Monday morning. We wrote a theme song a little bit. When we return, we start to talk more, do more of the flipping onto this edition of the program, The King's Local Daily. But don't forget that keep your comments coming through. For those of you watching live on our Cloud TV page and our YouTube channel, keep your comments. And I'm going to read it out for you this morning on the program. Our very first stop this morning on the program, The King's Local Daily, is the Analyst newspaper, Liberia's most analytical newspaper, volume 26, number 57, Monday, December 16, 2024. You can grab yourself a copy for just 40 Liberian dollars. Front page, major stories. Economic stable. That's economic stable. CBL says growth expected to bolster on arrest agenda. Economy stable. CBL says growth expected to bolster on arrest agenda. The photograph of Henry Samoa, executive governor of the CBL, is right here on the front page of the Analyst newspaper. Stay on the front page of the Analyst newspaper. Koji plea for Zago reinstatement. Says Liz Boss doesn't deserve to suffer such indignity. I see the photograph of a former state mayor of Monrovia, Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji, along with the suspended Liz Commissioner General Steve Zago. They are right here on the front page of the Analyst newspaper. Stay on the front page. Belated launches regular letters from Saclay PA. Open maiden edition on Reflection, a journey back home. The photograph of Nima County District number 7 Representative Musa Hassan Belete is right here on the front page of the Analyst newspaper. We flip to the back page quickly. Bwaka signing of 2025 budget will be treasonous. CDC declares Bwaka signing of 2025 budget will be treasonous. CDC declares. Recognizes Councillor Funanti Kofa as legitimate House Speaker. The photograph of CDC Chairman Mr. Janga Augusta Cole is right here on the back page of the Analyst newspaper. ANC denounces Capitol Hill coup, says Kofa removal attempt illegal, unacceptable. ANC denounces Capitol Hill coup, says Kofa removal attempt illegal, unacceptable. That's the Alternative National Congress. The photograph of ANC political leader Alexander B. Cummings is right here on the back page of the Analyst newspaper. Stay on the back page. Let's heal the injured legislature and restore rules by law. Bishop Kotu Brown appealed to legislature and executive. A photograph of Bishop Kotu Brown is right here on the back page of the Analyst newspaper. Stay on the back page. Liberia takes FCWC chairmanship. NAFA boss unveil ambitious plan for regional growth. That's the Fishery Committee for West Africa, that's West Central Gulf of Guinea, FCWC. The photograph of the delegates at the ministerial meeting, along with President Joseph Boakai. They are all right here on a group post on the back page of the Analyst newspaper. Let's run for the editorial quickly. The editorial reads, is Justice Ministry the final arbiter of justice under Boakai? The editorial of the Analyst newspaper. Is Justice Ministry the final arbiter of justice under Boakai? That's the big question. I don't know. You can grab yourself a copy of the Analyst newspaper and read in detail. We are still flipping through, my people. Keep your comments coming through. For those of you watching live, I'm going to read it out for you this morning. Our next stop is the Independent newspaper, Liberia's most investigative newspaper. Volume 23, number 468, Monday, December 16, 2024. Grab yourself a copy of the Independent newspaper for just $40 Liberian dollars. Front page, major story. Drugs tax for police, over 100 PSU listed. Drugs tax for police, over 100 PSU listed. The photograph of Inspector General of Police Colonel Gregory O. Coleman is right here on the front page of the Independent newspaper. Stay on the front page. Liberia heads Regional Fishery Committee outlines ambitious agenda. Madam Emma Mattia Glasgow, she's NAFA Director General. She's right here on the front page of the Independent newspaper. Stay on the front page. Danger of low-fire road worries lawmaker as accident on increase. We flip to the back page quickly to see what it is reporting. Junta countries plan exit from ECOWAS as Liberia embarked on backdoor diplomacy to hot move. Liberia again. The photograph of some of the military leaders of those ECOWAS countries, particularly Burkina Faso, Guinea. They are all right here on the back page of the Independent newspaper. Stay on the back page of the Independent newspaper. Take advantage of more peacekeeping slot. U.S. AFRICOM tells Liberia. The photograph of our Deputy Defense Minister for Administration, Dr. Augustine T. Lama, and some of delegates of AFRICOM. They are right here on the group post at the Barclay Training Center on the back page of the Independent newspaper. Still on the back page, why the CSO calls for increased budgetary allotment. We run to the editorial quickly of the Independent newspaper. It said remove street garages. Remove street garages. That's the editorial. Our next stop for today's edition of the program, The King's Local Daily, is the Daily Observer newspaper. Volume 24, number 213. Sold for $40 Liberian dollars. You can grab yourself a copy. Front page, major story. Liberia's Auditor General signed landmark MOU with U.S. Accountability Office. The Auditor General of Liberia, Jackson, and a U.S. Comptroller General Dorado exchange copies of signed MOU right here on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Stay on the front page. Liberia Fisheries Boss assumed chairpersonship of FCWC, advocates for enhanced cooperation among member states. Stay on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Widespread mistrust in local government ability to manage revenue. Afrobarometer survey reveals. Wow. New Commerce Minister pledges price stability, industrial growth, and global trade impact. Wow. The new Commerce Minister, she's Madam Madeleine Shelley Dagose. She's right here along with some of her staff on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Let's flip to the back page quickly. CDA embarks on measure to strengthen cooperative. The CDA Registrar General, she's right here on the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Still on the back page, it's all about the sounding of the MOU between the Auditor General of the Republic of Liberia and the U.S. Accountability Office. So we run to the editorial quickly to see what it is reading for us this morning on today's edition of the program, The King's Local Daily. The editorial of the Daily Observer. There's no editorial for today's edition of the program, today's edition of the Daily Observer. So we flip again to another local daily. And this time is the Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. So for $40 Liberian, you can grab yourself a copy. Front page major stories. Data order restored. How LTA has intervened to cut prices, bring back data promotion, and make consumer outcry. Data order restored. How LTA has intervened to cut prices and bring back data promotions and make consumer outcry. I don't know if you have started experiencing when you grab, I'll buy one copy, one data or one card to see if the packages has been restored. So we'll flip to the back page quickly of the Oracle News Daily. Legislature sitting extended amid crisis over national budget. Legislature sitting extended amid crisis over national budget. Grab yourself a copy and read in detail. Still on the back page of the Oracle News Daily, Ambassador Kebet provides essential materials to boost development. Let's run to the editorial of the Oracle News Daily. The editorial reads, Liberia Movement of Truth, embracing the rule of laws for a stronger democracy. That's the editorial of the Oracle News Daily. We stay flipping through. Our next stop for today's edition is The New Republic. The New Republic, volume 15, number 18. Sold for $50 Liberian. Grab yourself a copy of the New Republic newspaper. Front page major story. Fala's corn CDC. Wishes CDC well, but party wants to be watchful. The photograph of Deputy House Speaker Thomas Fala is right here, along with former President George Weah. They're all right here on the front page of the New Republic newspaper. Stay on the front page. GAC boss makes inroad in U.S. Sign 5 years MOU with U.S. Government Accountability Office. ANC likens Bwaka government to visionless junta. ANC likens Bwaka government to visionless junta. Wait on legislative turmoil and calls for adherence to constitutional norms. The photograph of the ANC political leader Arizona Cummings is right here on the front page of the New Republic newspaper. Keep your comments coming through for those of you watching live on our Cloud TV page and our YouTube channel. And trust me, I'm going to read it out for you. Let's run to the back page quickly of the New Republic newspaper. BMMC, along with PMC of Line Claims, dedicated 2 projects worth over US $85,000. That's the B Mountain Mining Company and the Projects Management Committee. Let's run for the editorial of the New Republic newspaper. The editorial reads, having life is better than losing position, a hint to the wise. That's the editorial of the New Republic newspaper. We are still flipping through. Our next stop for today's edition is the news, the nation's news since 1989, the newspaper. The nation's news since 1989. Front page major story. Senate eyes US $900 million revenue. Ends hearing on income component of budget. Senate eyes US $900 million revenue. Ends hearing on income component of budget. I see some senators are right here on the front page of the newspaper. Landmark achievement, Liberia Chair Regional Fisheries Committee. I see the photograph of His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boaka, Madam Emma Matia Glasgow. She's the Director General of NAFA, and some of the delegates from the West Central Gulf of Guinea. They are right here on a group post on the front page of the newspaper. Still on the front page. Not superhumans. Catholic Archbishop dislodges public opinion of priest. Not superhuman. Catholic Archbishop dislodges public opinion of priest. Let's flip to the back page quickly of the newspaper. Boaka commits to marine resource management. The photograph of President Boaka is right here, along with Emma Matia Glasgow. She's the Director General of NAFA. They're all right here on the back page of the newspaper. Stay on the back page. Giving back to society, Mountain College provides scholarship to 17 young Liberians. Some of the beneficiaries are right here on the back page of the newspaper. Avoid undermining your future, Orator tells Sani Kweli Central High graduates. The Chief of Office Staff to Vice President Jeremiah Bankon, Prince Ngweyu, addressing graduates right here on the back page of the newspaper. Let's run for the editorial quickly. The editorial reads, the Constitution must be respected. The Constitution must be respected. That's the editorial of the newspaper. Our next stop is the Heritage newspaper, volume 28, number 355. So for $40 Liberian, grab yourself a copy. Front page, major story. Significant milestone as GAC signed 5-year MOU with United States Government Accountability Office. Still on the front page of the Heritage newspaper. ArcelorMittal Liberia to face court on December 16, that's today, as former employees Boeing seeks justice. I see the photograph of a former employees, Ambrose Boeing. He's lying in hospital right here on the front page of the Heritage newspaper. Former AJA president, Mr. Moses D. Sandy, is right here. He said, Kofa remover is Boaka handworks. Kofa remover is Boaka handwork. Say a US-based Liberian journalist. He's former AJA president. That's the Association of Liberian journalists in the Americas. Mr. Moses D. Sandy is right here. He said, Kofa remover is Boaka handwork. Let's run to the back page quickly. The back page of the Heritage newspaper. U.S. Embassy calls for peace, unity, amid Capitol Hill tension. U.S. Embassy call for peace, unity amid Capitol Hill tension. The photograph of a U.S. ambassador to Liberia, Mr. Mark Turner, is right here on the back page of the Heritage newspaper. Still on the back page, Liberia urges diplomatic action to halt Sahel bloc exit from ECOWAS. The photograph of Foreign Minister Sarah Beslo Yanti and Finance Minister Augustine Kwehiga representing Liberia. They are right here on the back page of the Heritage newspaper. Ministry of Commerce ends 3 days MSME conference. Launches major initiative to empower Liberian entrepreneurs. Acting Minister of Commerce and Industry, Madam Scholastica T. Yinkan Nimlin. I like that name. She's right here on the back page of the Heritage newspaper. Let's run to the editorial quickly. The editorial reads, please consider mental illness as one of your major priorities. Our plea to government. That's the editorial of the Heritage newspaper. Our next stop is the In-Profile Daily newspaper. Volume 17, number 23. Sold for $40 Liberian. You can grab yourself a copy. Front page, major story. Bouaka behind Kofa removal. Liberian journalist claim. Still on the front page of the In-Profile Daily. Police silent on alleged death threat against Speaker Kofa. Police silent on alleged death threat against Speaker Kofa. The IG of the Liberia National Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman is right here on the front page of the In-Profile Daily newspaper. President Bouaka did not ask Speaker Kofa to resign. Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana accepted. Let's run to the back page quickly of the In-Profile Daily newspaper. LDA, LMP has cited for sales of drugs. LDA, LMP has cited for sales of drugs. Bouaka hosts SCWC 15th Ministerial Conference. Still on the back page. Bouaka issues proclamation to extend 55th National Legislature sitting. Let's run to the editorial of the In-Profile Daily newspaper quickly. The editorial. The editorial reads, we oppose crap mentality. That's how we oppose crap mentality, sorry. We oppose crap mentality. That's the editorial of the In-Profile Daily newspaper. Our next stop for today's edition is the Inquirer newspaper. Volume 33, number 233, Monday, December 16, 2024. Grab yourself a copy for $40 Liberian. Front page, major stories. Liberia takes over FCWC chairmanship. Still on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. Nico restore good standing with Central Bank. Announces nationwide expansion. That's the National Insurance Company of Liberia, NICO. Still on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper, Guardian of Prayer Levitt allegedly sodomized 4th grade student. Guardian of Prayer Levitt allegedly sodomized 4th grade students. Genders calls for end to FGM. Discrimination holds policy dialogue with partners. Gender calls for ends to FGM. Genders call for ends to FGM discrimination. Hold policy dialogue with partners. Let's run to the back page quickly of the Inquirer newspaper. U.S. Embassy intervened in representative saga. Still on the back page of the Inquirer newspaper, Government's net 10,000 nationwide digital trainees. Government nets 10,000 nationwide digital trainees. Some of the beneficiaries are right here on the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. BMMC distributes over 200 bags of rice as sort of food abstinence to vulnerable women. That's a Beam Mountain Mining Company or Beam Mountain Mining Corporation, BMMC. And some of the beneficiaries are right here on the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Let's run to the editorial. The editorial reads, legitimacy struggle in the 55th legislature is uncalled for. Legitimacy struggle in the 55th legislature is uncalled for. That's the editorial of the Inquirer newspaper. Our next stop is the Front Page Africa newspaper. Volume 17, number 240. So for $40 Liberian, grab yourself a copy. Front page, major story. Campaigners announced a mass protest to challenge internet price hacks amid economic hardship. Plane marches to LTA headquarters, executive mansion. Bring back our data. Maternity waiting homes in rural areas lack basic necessities, putting lives of mothers and babies at risk. No bed, no food, no medicine. I see some of the baby mothers and pregnant women are all right here on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Strengthening public confidence. Liberia economic unstable course with mixed sectoral performances, CBL accelerated. Hasty and unlawful takeover. Hasty and unlawful takeover. Alternative National Congress condemns misinterpretation of Supreme Court opinion and illegal removal of Speaker Kofa. Boasting Liberia fight against corruption. GAC signed landmark MOU with U.S. Government Accountability Office. Let's run to the back page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. It's all about the GAC MOU signing, and let's see if we can bring you the editorial quickly. The editorial reads, upholding constitutional governance, analyzing the Supreme Court ruling on Speaker Kofa removal. Upholding constitutional governance, analyzing the Supreme Court ruling on Speaker Kofa removal. That's the editorial of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Our next stop is the Hot Pepper newspaper, volume 8, number 11576. Grab yourself a copy for $40 Liberian. Front page, major stories. Another mass protest loom to protect the rules of law on Capitol Hill. Another mass protest loom. Yeah, there's a planned protest for tomorrow at the grounds of the Capitol building, where thousands of Liberians are going to come out. And as I speak, at the moment, the momentum is growing. From all walks of life, Liberians will troop in tomorrow at the grounds of the Capitol building, calling on their leaders to uphold the Constitution. Still on the front page of the Hot Pepper newspaper, President Joseph Yuma Boakai kicking against the pricks. Like President Torba, Doe, Taylor, and Weah, President Joseph Yuma Boakai kicking against the pricks. Mr. Branson, early warning. Let's run to the back page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. U.S. Embassy sends second warning, re-emphasizes respect for the rule of law. U.S. Embassy sends second warning, re-emphasizes respect for the rule of law. Still the back page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. President Boakai attends 66th ordinary section of ECOWAS. Bokon Jide warns youth against violence. The chief executive officer of the Bokon Jide group of companies right here on the back page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. Let's run to the editorial quickly of the Hot Pepper newspaper and see why it is reading for us this morning. The editorial reads, Political expediency overrides constitutional order. Political expediencies overrides constitutional order. That's the editor of the Hot Pepper newspaper. Our next stop is the Independent Prop. The Independent Prop newspaper, volume 10, number 50. Sold for $30 Liberian. Grab yourself a copy. Front page, major stories. Conflict of interest. VP Kun, who is being accused by supporters of embattled Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa, was seen hanging out with Chief Justice Yor. They had gone to dedicate Chief Justice Dr. Park a Mays House of Representative Crisis. The photograph of CNN Yor, she's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, along with Edwin Melvin Snow and the Vice President Jeremiah Kpankun. They are right here, smiling on the front page of the Independent Prop newspaper. We killed the Congo people for nothing. Liberia bitter reality. NGO has expresses deep concern. I see the photograph of Jonan Barkham, president and founder of Jonan Shah Foundation Incorporated. Asla Mittal Liberia showcases support for farmers at National Agriculture Fair. Let's run to the back page of the Independent Prop newspaper. Majority block budget hearing may suffer setback as petition to halt proceeding goes to Supreme Court amidst massive plane protests. That's massive plane citizen protest Tuesday, December 17. Like I speak to you earlier, the momentum is growing. For tomorrow, planned peaceful protest at the grounds of the Capitol building. Hundreds of Liberians, some of them are already making their way to Monrovia. I can assure you that. Still on the back page of the Independent Prop newspaper. ANC condemned misinterpretation of Supreme Court opinion. That's the Alternative National Congress. The photograph of the standard bearer, Mr. Alexander Kumi, is right here on the back page of the Independent Prop newspaper. Senator Gbesanga Finlay distances himself from Senate recognition of Kun's speakership. Senator Gbesanga Finlay distances himself from Senate recognition of Kun's speakership. The photograph of a Grand Bassa Senator Gbesanga Milton Finlay is right here on the back page of the Independent Prop newspaper. Let's run for the editorial quickly. The editorial reads, the editor of the Independent Prop newspaper reads, understanding the Supreme Court of Liberia opinion on the House of Representative impasse. Understanding the Supreme Court of Liberia opinion on the House of Representative impasse. That's the editorial of the Independent Prop newspaper. Our final stop for today's edition of the program is the Women Voices newspaper, volume 13, number 115. Sold for $40 Liberian. Grab yourself a copy. Front page, major story. U.S. Embassy puts eagle eyes on Capitol building. U.S. Embassy puts eagle eyes on Capitol building. Calls on lawmakers to reach a compromise on the leadership saga. U.S. Ambassador Mark Turner, House Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa, along with Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala, and District number 11 Representative Richard Nangbe-Kunj are all right here on the front page of the Women Voices newspaper. Stay on the front page. NPA unveiled plans to combat unsustainable wage bill. That's the National Port Authority unveiled plans to combat unsustainable wage bill. Let's go to the back page quickly of the Women Voices newspaper. Beneficiaries hail Jewel Starfish Foundation as it collaborates with UNFPA, CAP, and SEB to launch the first Brazil manual on sexual education. The photograph of the administrators of the Joel Starfish Foundation, and some of the beneficiaries are all right here on the back page of the Women Voices newspaper. Stay on the back page of the Women Voices. Gender Ministry partners conclude national policy dialogue. Gender Ministry partners conclude national policy dialogue. Some of the participants are all right here on the group post on the back page of the Women Voices newspaper. Stay on the back page. Hasty and unlawful takeover. Hasty and unlawful takeover. ANC terms Coon speakership election. The photograph of ANC political leader Arizona B. Cummings is right here on the back page of the Women Voices newspaper. Stay on the back page. Strengthening maternal health services. UNFPA donates 13 vehicles and a motorbike to the health ministry. Strengthening maternal health services. UNFPA donates 13 vehicles and a motorbike to the health ministry. Health Minister Dr. Koto and the heads of UNFPA and some of the vehicles, that's the Toyota Land Cruiser vehicles are all right here doing a turning over ceremony at the Ministry of Health. Let's run for the editorial quickly of the Women Voices newspaper. The editorial reads: The United States vigilant eyes on Liberia political turmoil. The United States vigilant eyes on Liberia political turmoil. That's the editorial of the Women Voices newspaper. On that note, this is how I like to draw the curtains on today's edition of the program, The King's Local Daily. It comes to web Monday to Friday, beginning at 11 o'clock. But before we take a leave of you, let's read some of the comments that have been coming through quickly. Obi Deye. Washington SKD practice page. Thanks so much, Obi Deye. Hope I'm getting the names correct. Mira Tule said good. Thanks so much, Mira Tule. She said, good morning. I'm following from New Georgia State. Thanks so much, Mira Tule. Thanks for following. Gay Caesar David, that Divine Grace Baza. He said, good morning, bro. I'm following from ONU Matali Junction. Thanks so much, Gay Caesar Divine Grace Baza Jr. Always following. Thanks so much. Just hope you're doing great this morning. James Ritchie. So I'm following from Freetown City. And Sherry Simone. So I'm watching you from Bone County. Thanks so much. I'd like to appreciate all of you. For those of you who play the listening role, I'd like to say thanks so much. For those of you who watch live on our YouTube and our Facebook Cloud TV page, I'd like to appreciate you so much. The program returns tomorrow same time. My name is Otis Sankan, our presenter. Thanks for watching and listening. And keep following the rest of our